Alright, so I'm sure you guys have heard the tons of news that we've been having in Corpus Christi about our water system being tainted with some, anonymous chemical, and they're telling us not to use water for whatever reason. And something I'm really skeptical of is, the government. I started thinking, and I thought, why don't they want us to drink the water or use the water? And it's because it'll give us, superpowers. So I've been drinking, a cup of water every day from the public tap, and I'm feeling really strong. A little bit weird, but really strong. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that. So yeah, today I'm actually gonna go try to do some, actual real fishing. Haven't been fishing too hard, so we're gonna fish super hard today and see what we can get ourselves into. Huh. Well, it is quite windy out here, just as expected. Luckily it's a south wind and not a north wind, so it ain't too cold. Let's go to the dink spot. Jesus. I'm gonna get blown away. I'm sure the audio is just lovely out here. Lovely. Alright, you guys already know I'm using a tandem rig, and on the bottom I have a gulp swimming mullet, and on the top one I have a gulp croaker. You got no dorsal fin. How unrealistic. So here was the very second cast of my day. It was a little bit hard to cast over there with this 20 to 25 mile per hour wind, but it's hit the bottom. I started working it, and then I felt a little bit of weight, and it didn't really fight at all, so I was kind of wondering what it was. It kind of felt like maybe some fishing line that got caught up in a big wad and maybe oyster in there or something. What the heck is this, man? This is a fish! I did not think it was a fish. What are you, man? You're super powerful. Holy cow. He's sitting right between those filings. What are you? Oh, it's a monster flounder. Holy cow. He does not want to come off either. That's the one that got off before, probably. Jeez, second cast, you can't beat that. He's just going down. Look at that, that's the biggest flounder. Don't want to count my chickens like last time. Look at that monster, holy cow. Let's go. I don't even know how to land this sucker. So if you just saw, I looked over at the rocks behind me, and that's where I wanted to land the fish. But the walk between here and there was very risky because these super high winds. Just no. That jig head I have too is super light wire. It's like a freshwater jig head. There you go, buddy. Woo! Look at that monster. Holy shoot. I don't even know how to grab him, dude. Oh, he is barely hooked as well. One day you don't bring fish grips. Oh, we're gonna lose him for sure. Yep. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to say is that I give you guys full permission to go into those comments and roast me, because I was a terrible fisherman on catching that fish. First thing is, the way I was fighting the fish was terrible. I'm surprised he didn't get off. I wasn't leading him right, especially on that small jig head. He probably should have gotten off on his own. And then landing the fish was just terrible. Even though it was windy, I should have walked back to those rocks, because trying to land that fish on this little rock I had, without fish grips, without a net, it was going to be pretty much impossible. It's going to be very hard to land that fish. So I'm not surprised that he got away, to be honest. And another little thing is that I was definitely going to release the fish because I didn't plan on keeping any fish that day. And even when I do catch a larger fish of any species, I like to let it go just because I want to see that big fish go on. And of course he was fun to fight, so at least I got that out of it. Alright, but losing a big fish like that is not all bad because it really just makes you want to go out fishing again every day and catch another big one like that. It really gives you a lot of motivation. Lizard fish? Is it a lizard fish? Or is it a trout? No, it's a little trout. Well, at least we finally caught a dang fish. Oh, nice rainbow trout. Well, too many people at the other spot, man. I guess because it's a weekend, but that's how it goes. So we made a little move. See if there's any fish off these rocks. Okay, as long as we don't fall, we'll be good and catch some fish. Yeah, boy. Alright, well, the rock spot did not work out either. Kind of a tough day so far, except for the one giant flounder we lost. But we got one more spot. Let's go try that one out. Alright, final spot of the day. The graffiti spot. Maybe there'll be some fish because the water's coming through the bridge due to the high winds. The water's coming anyway. Hopefully nutrients too. That ain't make no sense. That ain't make no sense. Going with the top water. Jesus. Middle of winter is the best time to throw top water. That is for sure. Well, what do you know? Top water did not work, man. And I think that's all I got for today. It was a tough one. It was a tough one. Alright, fishing freaks. We didn't have the best day of fishing ever. We actually caught a nice flounder. Almost caught it anyway. But I get home to find this bad boy. Let's open her up and see what we got in here. Wow. The content, boys, the content. Box opening content. Wow. And then we get a box within a box. Boom. You can see what she is right there. Oh yeah. Cool, man. So we got a Penn Slammer here. Penn Slammer 3. It's their new spinning reel they came out. And if you didn't know something about me, is I'm a little bit of a Penn fanboy. That's not to say I don't use all the other brands too. I have a Shimano spinning reel that I use most of the time, but I seem to really like some Penn stuff. So let's take a closer look at this Penn Slammer 3. Whoops, daisy. Well, the first thing you notice is this giant reel knob. Personally, I like it. Alright, so let me tell you why I chose to get this reel. I got this reel because it has good water sealing in it, which means it's not going to let water in as much. It's not completely sealed, so you can't go fishing underwater. No skishing for me, but I'm going to be using this at the surf and the jetties, and I tend to be very rough on my gear out there, so this should be very good for that kind of stuff. So I'm going to use this a lot, and then I'm going to do a review for you guys in the future. But I'm going to take my time because I'm not going to review it right when I got it, because that would make no sense. And no one would do that, right? No one would put a video up like that. Up.